Okay. So we're on other ways to display quantitative data. So one of them is a dot plot. These are like in rows, and it's like how many of each thing is in there. So it's kind of like a histogram. It kind of like it looks like one, sort of, kind of.
That's interesting.
Oh, wow.
Just minus the.
I like the name.
Can y'all see it okay, or do I need to make the dots bigger?
I mean, I can see
Yeah, a little bit.
Bye dots. That's gonna be really big. Oh, maybe it's not gonna
It's
be.
basically
really
just like the little bars, but like dots instead of like drawing bars.
Yes.
it. And what scenario would you use dots?
It's just another way to do it. It's not like
Oh,
particular.
I see. Okay. That's what, okay. It's definitely interesting. It looks like
I don't use them very often, but
I don't like that.
like just
I don't
you
like
feel
that.
inclined to
I'm a
draw
Josh.
dots and stuff.
It's just, I mean, it may
Do
be
you know that
kind of fun
there's
to
like
draw.
a phobia of like circles?
There's a phobia of everything.
Well, yeah.
Like circles or like holes?
probably there's probably a thing for each.
Because there's like a
I don't
trichophobia.
I don't understand some of the phobias, to be honest. Like, you must have gotten like serious trauma from like whatever.
If you're afraid of circles, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
How do you?
You better not ever go to math
When they
class.
open the pizza and they see it's
I mean, y'all probably have a fear of them when we get to like the unit circle, but
Oh yeah.
Maybe if
But I
Frisbee
thought that was
took off
supposed
their
to be our
mom's
best
head.
friend.
it is. I mean, it is my best friend.
It's your best friend when you're actually allowed to have it.
Yeah, it's like being separated from
Wait, we use it in this?
No.
Oh, I was like, hold up.
Hold up, didn't sign up for that.
Actually, I had no clue what I signed up for when I signed up for this class.
Well, Peyton didn't even know she signed up for physics, and she ended up there anyways.
I didn't even
Yeah.
sign up for physics.
Yeah.
They just put me there. I mean, I'm cool with it, but like, it's just the principle of it. Exactly. Oh.
This is a stem and leaf plot. I'm just drawing it so then I can talk about it.
I don't think I've ever used a stem and leaf plot.
I used one. I
They
think
They always tell you you're going to, and then you never actually
Why do
do.
I used one
Remember,
in
like,
your
this in, like,
mom's
middle
class,
school?
I
Yeah.
think, but for like one section.
Yeah, you
They intro it in like algebra 1 or pre-algebra, and then you don't really see it again until stats, and then you don't really ever see it again after that.
I mean, I think I might have seen it from like looking around in math books, but I've never actually done anything.
How many-
because I don't look around in math.
How many college college stats classes are there? Because I know there's like
A
intro.
lot.
Like, how deep do the stats go?
Deep is the
Intro
lore.
would be pretty much this in a semester. Like what we're doing, but in a semester.
Like everything we do?
Mm-hmm. In about 16 weeks.
I'm
The
okay.
8-week class is awful. Don't do it.
Didn't Logan do?
He did that for calculus. It's actually in 6 weeks at Liberty. And it's online.
Calculus?
And it's 7 chapters. Yeah. Because I know what it is because I was there with the curriculum.
Wait, so
That
how long,
sounds
if
miserable.
you do stats online the second semester, how long is that?
You can choose 8 or 16. I would choose 16.
Does it go slower?
Yes.
I mean, you can always go ahead if you really feel inclined, I guess.
Yeah, you can.
So.
I don't know if the tests open up, but the like homework and stuff opens up.
Oh, I might
The only thing
do
about
eight.
online math is if you're like a point off, it's like all the way wrong, isn't it?
Pretty much. That's why like what we found with like the online through Liberty is like you need to make sure you have a paper where you're showing your work, and then if it does take off points, send it into the professor and be like, this is what I did and it took off points, because 99% of the time it's a rounding issue. Like when you know your answer's right. But so the key for a stem and leaf plot is if it says something like this is equal to 50. But it will tell you if it's something otherwise. So stem and leaf plot is visually similar to a histogram it preserves data values. So like we can look at this and say exactly what the values are in there, but if it was a histogram, we would only know that 4 numbers are in the 50 range, basically. And so just for a quick second, you're probably like, what do you mean it's visually similar to a histogram?
I don't know why that made me kind of. That was just cool. It kind of looks like the dog.
I know.
I was gonna like
It's-
write a note to like turn it sideways.
I know, it's mind-blowing.
That reminds me of the dot plot.
Stagnant. That's crazy.
That's I'm flabbergasted.
The thing the things that we get excited about these days.
Literally.
All right. The 5-number summary. Is a useful way to describe data it gives us 5 things: max, Q3, median, Q1, and a min. And these are just random numbers. Don't like take these to mean anything at the moment. But that's basically what it would look like.
I'm upset that there's no Q2. I guess
There
it's
is, the median is Q2 technically, but we just don't call it that like literally ever.
Gotcha.
One variable stats on your calculator will give you this data. It's like something is buzzing.
Gosh.
It's okay. I went to the bathroom earlier and there was definitely someone's alarm going off.
The bathroom.
Well, I don't think it was in the bathroom, but it was like the automatic like Apple ringtone, like that starts everything. I was like, what is happening?
I literally haven't changed my alarm from
Okay,
like.
guys, what
be
is
like a
the
virtual.
worst ringtone to wake up to?
How are we supposed to?
I had quacking ducks for a hot minute, and that was pretty obnoxious.
No, I used to have the dog barking as my like when someone called me, but I didn't know how to turn it off. So like it was like on there for months, just like the dog
I don't
barking.
wake up to alarms, so I wouldn't know.
What? What do you mean?
They don't wake me up because
If I didn't have an alarm, I'd wake up too early and then I'd fall asleep again and then I'd wake up too late.
I am a really heavy sleeper, so I barely wake up with an alarm unless I know that there's something I have to do.
The only thing that
yeah.
I literally,
I feel like I'm gonna be late to some
I
of the
turn
classes in college.
my alarm like all the way up, and then
If
I
you've
literally
never-
put my phone in my pillowcase.
yeah, you probably shouldn't take 8 a.m. if you can't
But
wake
the
up
only
till
problem with
9.
that is I keep my phone on the charger, and in the morning my phone is like so hot.
So
I
here's
don't
the
think
thing.
it's.
I don't think
Yeah, they have had phones blow up like that before. Like,
Why is your phone so hot when it charges?
it's like my
Here's the thing,
pillowcase.
Ian. So I do wake up to my alarms, but like I turn them off 2 seconds after they go off.
No, the thing
Usually-
is, you need to put your alarm like across the room.
But
so
it's
then you have to
because
get up.
it's
turn
I
it on.
wouldn't hear it if it was across the room.
Really?
Yeah.
I wake up.
I don't
easy.
even hear, like, I don't hear Kenny get up in the morning. So, like, if my alarm didn't go off, I wouldn't get up with him.
Really?
The thing is,
The
though,
smallest things wake me
I
up,
will-
other than thunderstorms. Thunderstorms don't wake me up.
I will wake
Does
up
that make
to
sense?
Absolutely nothing wakes
I-
me up. But you also have little siblings, which it's
Yeah.
probably, like, that thing, like, they
Yeah.
say, like, when you have kids or, like, you're, like, around, like, little kids all the time, you kind of just hear it. Like, when
I
my
do
niece and
kinda
nephew
wake
spend the
up.
night, I hear everything.
Yeah, I do kind of wake up really.
Like, they can just, like, breathe funny, and I wake up.
Like, if one of them is throwing up in, like, my mom's room, which is, like, across there, and then the bathroom in there, I can hear it.
Oh,
And they're not
gross.
even that loud, but I just know something's wrong. What?
That's the ringtone my grandpa has, and it's so obnoxious. It's an old car horn. I cannot wake up to this.
That wouldn't wake me
That
up.
would just make me mad.
That would make me mad.
All right, on your calculator, if you hit stat and then arrow over to calc and then one variable stats, that's what gives you this data.
Wait.
Stat? Where's stat? Oh, stat?
It's right there.
Count.
And then
One
one variable stats, and then it asks for a list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it should already have one in there, but if you use a different list,
Wait, guys, where's stat?
and you don't have to put anything in the frequency list.
Then you just put calculate?
Yep, just hit calculate.
Oh, I pushed error. There must be nothing in my
Wait,
list.
where's stat?
What do you
Uh,
wish?
I got left one.
under delete
It's under delete.
Apparently, I got some numbers.
by the arrow.
I didn't get a number.
Right under my nose.
I don't know what any of this.
Why are like the things written like that?
Hold up.
Stat calc 1 bar.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything in my list because it says error.
Well, mine says list 1.
Frequency list doesn't get anything.
Yeah,
Just
there's
L1 is in there.
How'd you
When I
get
put
that?
calculate, it just says invalid.
I had
information.
there were numbers in my
There were
list
numbers
already.
in my list, so.
Because I did a problem I didn't do a problem the other day. These are from who knows when.
How do you access the list?
Second stat?
You have to
It's second
Stat edit, I think.
Oh, never mind.
But if you arrow down, so this
Oh,
information is like
yeah.
the mean of the numbers, n is how many numbers are in the calculator. So like there are 4 numbers in mine. Then if you arrow down, min, Q1, med, Q3, max.
Oh, that's where they are. I was
Is
just
this
looking at the top part and I was like, what are these variables?
What is N?
N is the
does
number
it
of
say
numbers
that?
that are in the list.
What is that?
Yeah, arrow down.
Hold on.
Oh!
She said, ow.
Oopsie.
Why'd you say it?
I don't know.
My max is
mine looks
42.
different.
I
Arrow
don't know. I
down.
put random number in.
That's so
What number should I put in and how many? It's like,
I got it.
7 through 14.
okay. Thank God.
Wait, you said you had the duck ringtone?
I had the dog barking for a
That
while.
would make me
What
so
even
mad
is
when
my
I-
alarm? I don't really
Yeah.
remember.
It used to.
My alarm's just
My
on
mom
the
wakes up to the
regular.
Beauty and the Beast theme song.
How do you wake up? I wouldn't wake up to that. Though.
I wouldn't either because I play music overnight, so I wouldn't even.
That would be so beautiful.
Yeah, that would set me to sleep.
I know, I don't know how she wakes up to it. Like, I don't understand, but. Alright, the standard deviation. Is an important way to describe
Who's doing something?
the average speed Sorry, not speed. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that
man.
says spread.
Oh,
I
okay.
was wondering.
Ha, joke's on you.
No, it's
Try it and
salvageable.
start writing.
Yeah, I was like average speed. Are we getting into physics?
Wrong class. Either physics or
They
calculus.
just all start like
And we're doing
mashing
physics-
together.
we're doing physics notes today, aren't we?
Yep. Of the data from the mean. So our formula is S squared. Okay, and this is not always how standard deviation is written, but we'll get there in a second. This isn't standard deviation yet. Is equal to the summation of x minus x bar squared all over n minus 1. And then S is equal to the square root of the summation of x minus x bar squared over n minus 1. S squared is variance. S is standard deviation.
What is the bar mean?
I got it.
It's the average. So whatever the average of the numbers is.
How do you put that in your calculator?
An x bar. You don't. You would put a number in there. You don't just like type the formula in. But your calculator and one variable stats gave you an x bar for whatever your list was. The very first thing it gave you was an x bar.
Sure did.
It was so kind, it did it for you.
Yes. Oh, they're so sweet.
So what was the X bar thing again? I want to write it down. So I have
Mean, average. So standard deviation is the square root of variance. Okay, this is going to become, we don't do a whole lot with variance quite yet, but we will eventually, because certain things that we do, we have to convert standard deviation into variance to do something and then back to standard deviation. Super annoying, but when we get there, you'll understand why. So, two little pictures here to show you something. If X bar is in the middle here, okay, if you have something like this, this has a very small standard deviation. Also, I get extremely tired of writing standard deviation out, so we abbreviate it with SD.
That is so.
I thought of something else, but I'm not going to say it.
STD.
But,
I hope not.
well, because I was just, yeah, that's fine.
As soon as he says I have something different, I was
Well,
like,
I tried
oh.
to say.
I thought like
time.
XD, like the movies, but
No, Nate.
he went somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
On the public record forever.
Yeah.
All right, then this one, if it is much more spread out, something like that, this has a large standard deviation. Standard deviation is more or less, in short, the distance from the mean. So how like spread out things are, obviously.
Right.
Now, I have some good news for you. We don't calculate standard deviation by hand.
Yay.
That is so good for us.
Use calculator technology to do this.
The smiley face.
I normally write yay also, but that seems a little much, so.
The star and the smiley.
Oh my
face.
goodness. No, I
wrote
I got a
hooray.
I got a card from
Huzzah.
Mr. Law today for my birthday, and everybody else was saying they got. I had a sticker. It said "Superstar Student." I was like, oh, that's
Yeah, I don't remember if he does it for everyone or if he just does it for the seniors. I know he does it for seniors though, but today. I thought you meant like you thought it had passed. I was like, no, it's like today.
It's like
No, I just
right
did
at the
it.
Like I promise, it's like right now.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything?
No. Food.
It's okay, you're still having a party. And
I never
hopefully
do
coming.
anything on my actual birthday.
I'm hopefully coming to your birthday party.
You're gonna have a party?
Yeah.
When
Josh is like, I'm inviting myself.
I'm not inviting myself.
On the night.
Oh, Peyton, I gotta tell you about the pool party potential for Friday night. Also,
Huh?
about volleyball.
There's a pool party this Friday?
Potentially.
Potentially.
I thought
Apparently
it was a
this-
Stonebridge game.
Apparently, yeah, after that. It's open till like,
After the game?
apparently it's till 10. But the pool is open till 10 and it's free. So they were like, if anybody wants to go, but pretty much everyone was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna
What
be
pool?
sleeping. The one that Melissa and them, and Izzy, like that neighborhood's pool. It's like right there.
When were we told about this? What was that?
I was texted about it and then I just mentioned it yesterday at practice.
I don't think I want to do that. I'm gonna be tired.
Yeah. It's under your feet.
You did.
I almost lost it.
What was that?
He like literally was doing this and all of a sudden it was like BAM!
I'm doing this. My mom just called me, but then she hung up. I think she.
Oh, I thought you hung up. I was like, Nathan.
It's like probably not a good time to be hanging up on her.
Like, yeah.
Probably not.
What's wrong with you?
Wait. Should I call back to make sure she's
Is she home by herself?
okay? Let me check like this.
What happened?
She has, wait.
No, Garrett's at home. She should be
She might butt allergy or something.
All right, sometimes you have to decide if it's appropriate to use the mean or the median to describe the center of a distribution. Remember, the median is resistant to the skew, but the mean is pulled in the direction of the skew. So if your data is skewed, you should be using median. If it's not, then use mean. So, if your data is unimodal and symmetric, use mean and standard deviation to describe it. If the data is skewed, multimodal, okay, so we usually say bimodal because there's normally not more than two, but it could have more than two, so they typically are referring to it as multimodal, but same thing. Or non-symmetric, use the median and IQR, so it's that interquartile range value, to describe it. So my picture on the left is symmetric. The one on the right is skewed. So the symmetric one, I would use mean and standard deviation. The skewed one, I would use median and IQR.
What's IQR
The
again?
interquartile range, Q3 minus Q1 is what gives you that. Oh, it's raining again.
Yay. I need to cut the grass in my house, but this weather's not letting me do that.
Yeah, we need to cut the grass at our new house also.
Because it's like half of our grass is cut and the other half is not.
That's always good.